Week 3, and we had a couple rainouts, so only 2 games were played. Both were the Whompers versus the Dozers in a doubleheader. Matt Donegan leads things off with a double, his first hit of the year. Later in the inning, Steve Gaffney, he goes yard, and the Dozers would get 5, but Josh Neff ends it with a one-handed grab, and the Dozers were up 5-2 after 1. In the bottom of the second, that's Ian Hall going lefty for a 2-run single, and Matt Donegan, he brought his big boy stick as he goes yard for a 2-run home run. Ian Hall was pitching for the Dozers, and he did well, allowing 5 runs in just 5 innings. In the bottom of the third, big, strong John Cap needed to be a little bit stronger to get over that fence, but he got a double. And then a weird play here for Matt Donegan. Goes foul, comes back all the way fair. They're going to make the play at first. Kamish comes in, makes the right call. Joe Cap would come in to slow down the Dozers offense, but Dozers on defense, Steve Gaffney makes a nice across-the-field throw there, takes the out at first, and then Ian Hall would start to struggle, so Steve Gaffney would come in, and he wasn't doing too much better. The Whompers were down 10 runs, and they start scoring some here in the bottom of the 6th. Joe Cap, he singles in a pair, and then Josh Neff off the fence for a double brings around 1. Matt Condame's up next, and a little blooper to the pitchers, an easy out, right? Wrong. They can't make the play at first. Now it's up to Chris Wilson, down by 2, and Steve Gaffney gets him to strike out. The Dozers win their first game 15-13. So after the celebrations, we move on to game 2. Steve Gaffney staying on the hill, and he lets up a double. Chris Wilson off the fence brings around a run, and then Matt Condame, he's going to single in another. The Whompers were up 4-3 after the first. Finally, Steve Gaffney would get that strikeout to end the inning. In the next couple innings, some great defensive plays. This one by Matt Condame, Josh Neff with a nice stretch over there at first. But the Dozers, they'd answer. Steve Gaffney getting Joe Cap, and then the pitching was there too. Joe Cap getting a little revenge on Gaffney, and Ian Hall going to join the bench party. The Whompers still had the lead after 3 until Ian Hall, the next inning, a single's going to bring around 2. He'd eventually get out at second on the play, but the game's all tied, and the inning would end as Joe Cap stops the threat, striking out his brother. In the bottom of the 4th, the Whompers respond. Josh Neff off the fence for a 2-run double. Then Joe Cap singles in a run here, and they score 4 runs in the inning until Steve Gaffney can't field the ball but makes a heads-up play, getting Chris Wilson trying to sneak home. We look at it again, and the ball's going to hit him right before he touches the bag. A great call, but in the end, the Whompers too much for the Dozers, and they take the second game by a score of 11-6.